Hey guys, it's Jess. So this is not the video that I have been talking about making, but I will throw in real quick that top surgery went awesome. I am wearing a vest right now, so I can't show you. Everything's still new and gross, but it's super cool. Okay, so the reason for this video is that, I got an anonymous question, and this lovely person, they they want to know what my story is. How did I learn that I was transgender? How did I know that it was something that was right for me? And they included a lot of things that I found similar in my own story. Um, they're not sure yet, but they have always been very boyish. They've always wanted to be part of the guys. They play with guys all the time. Um, and stuff like that. It's first, I I just have a hard time believing that if it's something that's so on your mind, I have a hard time believing that it's not for you. If you have to, I don't know. That's dumb. I don't know what I'm saying. It's 3 in the morning, so I have to keep my voice down. I'm a little high on pain pills, but yeah. So anyway, I was about halfway done writing my response to them, and I realized that I actually get this question a lot, as I'm sure a lot of trans people do get, just because there's a lot of people out there who find them and they want to know, are stories similar? Is this something that could be possible for me? These are plastic knives. And so I wanted to make a video about it. I hope it's okay to the person that asked me the question. Um, I just feel like this would be a lot easier to watch rather than read my rambling and rambling and rambling, especially because probably none of it was making sense. But yeah, so my story. When I first learned about transgender, what it was, I was I was stoked. I remember I watched YouTube video after video after video of people's progress on testosterone and people getting their chests revealed, and at the time I was so happy for these people and I loved watching them. I would cut dinner early just to go downstairs and finish this one video that I had started before dinner. You know, this is too short. I was very interested, and that right there, I think, may have been a huge sign, because nobody's really that interested in something that they wouldn't want to go through, I mean, unless it's a terrible, disgusting disease that you can't look away from. But that is totally different. Oh, yeah, no, that totally is different. Transgender is not a disease, and I hope that nobody thought that that's what I was saying. I need to not make videos after taking pain pills. Yeah, I was so fascinated, and after a while I started finding a trend in a lot of these videos, which was them knowing from an early age, or their parents knowing something was going on. So I started looking for clues in my own childhood and teenage life, and there were some things like I was mad that I couldn't play t-ball with my brother. I hated the pink hoodie that I got for Christmas when I specifically wanted a blue one. It was a dark blue one, and it had a. I always wanted to be part of the guys. They be like, oh yeah, girls, bye. Even in high school, our group did that. They were dumb. And I always just wanted to be considered one of them. And for a minute, that was enough for me, and that almost convinced me. But then I didn't think that it was enough. I didn't want to be like grasping for something that wasn't there. And for a while, I would just kind of toy with the idea and just wonder and wonder and wonder, and kind of slowly, unconsciously, I started seeing myself as a boy. You know, I had always kind of seen myself as one of the boys, but not as a boy. And so that started to change, and I started seeing myself less and less and less as a girl, and I didn't even realize it. So that was a big thing, and I slowly, it was just a battle for 2 years. I kept this to myself, and and then I finally started telling my friends, and they were all okay with it, and some of them even started calling me he, and were saying, hey, if you do this, we get this, and referring to like surgery and stuff, and that just kind of helped me. That helped me a lot, realizing that this was for me. And eventually I told my parents, and even then, though I wasn't completely positive, it's a really hard thing to come to terms with. And then a year after coming out to my parents, I wanted to start testosterone, and even then I was just like, I really do want to start testosterone, but should I? Is this something that I want to do? I can't go back from some of these changes, and you know, I mean, the pros outweighed the cons, and I started testosterone, and people started telling me that they noticed a change in my voice, and everything was good. I knew that that is what I needed, and I was so happy. And pretty much, I mean, that's kind of it in a nutshell. I mean, I don't want to run out of time in the middle of my video, so and I'm really sorry for doing that. I hate doing that, but pretty much it's just a really long battle. And if you are wondering if you're trans or not, and there's, if you have to wonder about it, there's a very big chance that you probably are, you know. And I mean, that's not to say that some people learn that they're not trans, because there are a lot of people who do. They're genderqueer or fluid, or you know there are a lot of things that they could be. But if you have to wonder, you're probably not cis. And I don't know, I hope this was informative enough. I don't know how it would be exactly, it's just my sharing, but just because, I forgot to tell you, I loved dresses in high school. I loved dresses so much. So even if you like dresses, if you had dresses, if you played with Barbies as a kid, that doesn't mean anything. Just because your female neighbor walks around with fake chest hair since she was 6, and then 10 years later finds out he's trans, sorry. That doesn't make his experience any less than yours. If you played house and you were the mom as a kid, that doesn't make it any less real. So I hope that you all find out, if you are watching this because you're wondering, and I especially hope that the anonymous person, I hope that this kind of helped you. I don't know how it would, like I said earlier, but I hope that you find out. And if you have any more questions about it, I would be more than happy to answer. I won't make a video about it. We can actually talk, and I'm sorry that I did it this way. But it's a really good feeling. So if you do think that it's something that you want to try, I would say go for it. And the effects of testosterone they're not super sudden, so if you go for it and then you start to get a little tiny bit of mustache hair and you freak out and you don't want it, then you can always stop and then just shave it off and it'll go away. It's nothing is